I'm excited for us to get started with a brand new week of learning and reading together. This week, we are going to spend 4 days reading the same text, and I have it right here. Those Shoes. This is such an amazing book, and it has such a great lesson to teach us. Now, every day we read it, we're going to have a specific lesson that we are going to be accomplishing for that day. So today, what we're going to do, sorry, I'm plugging into my computer. So today, what we are going to be working on is this idea, and you may have heard of it before, is we are going to understand the difference between things we need in order to survive and things that we want. Because in our book, we're going to learn that our main character, who is right here, he has something he really, really, really wants in our story, and his grandma thinks that there's something that he really needs in our story. And I think it's important as first graders to know the difference between a need and a want. And that's what we're going to be focused on today in our lesson together. And then in your Seesaw account, I have a link to the read aloud that you are going to watch because you're going to listen to me read the book on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I thought you'd give you a little break from me reading it out loud too. So we're going to think about what is the difference between a need and a want. So when you hear the word needs, these are things that you must have in order to survive. So things that we have to have, right? I know that one thing that we have to have in order to survive is food. That is a need for everybody, right? We have to have food. And then the opposite of a need is a want. And a want are things you would like to have, but you can live without them. And in our lives, we have lots of needs and lots of wants in our houses. But we have to make sure that everyone has their basic needs met in order to survive. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of these examples. And we're going to talk about, are they needs or are they wants? Okay, so let's take a look at our first one, which we already talked about, which is food. Food is something that we need in order to survive. So I'm going to write, I'm going to attempt to write, no, I'm not going to write it because that's going to be too hard. This is a need. Everyone needs food. That's a need. And let's take a look at our next one, water. Water is something that everybody is going to need, right? We have to have water in order to survive, so that is a need. Now, the word shelter, that's an interesting word. So I want you to take a look at that picture. And I see a picture of a house. And so a need is a shelter. Everyone needs a place to live that is safe, right? We all need like a roof over our heads, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a house, a cabin. We need a place that we can call our home. The next one is love. This is an interesting one. Do you think that all of us need love? I would think that showing love is a need. Like that is something everyone should feel that they are loved and cared for. Because if you're not feeling that, then that's going to be pretty difficult and that's going to make your life a lot harder. So I think that having love in various ways can be a need. The next one is oxygen, which is the air that we breathe. Do we all need oxygen to live? Yeah, that is a need. So we'll put need here. And clothing. Do we all need clothes in order to survive? Yep, I think that that is also a need as well. So all of these right here on our screen are needs. Food, water, shelter, clothing, oxygen, and love are all needs. Now, let's move down to the next page. What about sleep? Do we all need sleep? Yeah, I think having sleep every day is something that we are going to need. So I'll move that, oh, where'd it go? I'll move my need up to sleep. We have to have sleep. What about a bicycle? Yeah, this one's a little tricky because some people may want a bicycle. Like I want a cooler and better road bike. I don't need it, but I want it. But some people need a bike in order to get from place to place in their city or to get to work. So this one kind of depends on if you need it in order to get somewhere or if you want one as like a toy or something, okay? What about a vacation? So like going to Disney World, is that a need or a want? Yeah, that's a want. You don't have to have it. It's nice to do. It's nice to have, but it's not something that you need in order to live and to survive. Our next one is toys. Is that a need or a want? Yeah, actually, toys are a want. You don't have to have them. It's nice to have them, right? It's fun to have them. So I think that's a want. Our next one is a computer. Is that a need or a want? This was a little tricky, kind of like the bicycle one. Like you may want a really cool new computer, but a lot of people these days really need technology in order to do their job or their school. So this one can go either way, just like a bike. It could be a need or it could be a want. What about candy? Is that a need or a want? Do you have to have that to survive? Nope. So that is a want. We'll move it right down there. Pets, need or want? This one's really hard. Pets are actually a want. You don't have to have a pet to survive, right? That is a want. Even though I think I need all the cats in the world because they give me so much love and happiness, I don't have to have them. What about playground? Yeah, I think that is a want as well. So we will put want on that one. Oops, I don't know where that one went. Copy and paste. No, copy, paste, copy, paste. There we go. Music. Is that a need or a want? I think that music brings a lot of joy, and for me, it's definitely a need. But maybe it's a want for other people, so we can put that on there as well. Okay, we're almost there. Money, need or want? Now, I know we probably all want a lot of money, right? But I think that money is a need. We need some amount of money in order to survive. So we'll put a need. What about safety? Do we need to be safe in order to survive? Yeah, I think so. So we'll put a need on that one. What about jewelry? Do we need jewelry to survive? No, so that's a want. What about sunlight? Yeah, I think that's a need. We definitely need sunlight. And then what about video games? Is that a need or a want? And I already labeled it as a want. We don't have to have video games. They're fun to have, but they're not going to help us to survive. So today, first grade, we were able to talk about and categorize things that we need and things that we want. And so in Sea Salt today, you are going to do your own sorting of pictures. So you're going to drag over into the box of needs and wants based on the pictures that are in there. Then you're going to fill out the second page where it tells the character in our story, what does Jeremy want and what does he need. So you also need to listen to the read aloud that I put into the instruction page, okay, first grade? So I really wish I could see everybody. I miss you all very much, and I'll see you back here tomorrow to read our story together. Bye, friends.